All right, guys, I'm just going to give a heads up in this video. And you got to excuse, I probably have chalk all over the place. I got gym hair, don't care, just left the climbing gym. But I have had this conversation with all of my newer clients or clients who are just starting in a new goal set, as a reminder for them, because we've had this conversation before. In all of my years of coaching, and it doesn't matter what you're focused on achieving, in all my years of coaching, whether it's mindset in your business and getting out of your own way for your success, or whether it's your health and fitness goals, this week and the coming week, so the end of this week, Thursday, Friday, going into the weekend, and the coming week always becomes the witching hour. Now, I don't know what this is. A lot of times I like to give you some scientific reason that this works or it happens, but I don't know what it is. It's just a phenomenon that I have noticed over the decades, okay? The end of the third week and going into the fourth week happens to be a week where people tend to go off the rails. I'm gonna guess it has something to do with there's been success, and if you are a self-sabotager, all of a sudden that success kind of scares you a little bit, so you pull back. Obviously, this is all in your subconscious. Or sometimes it's that I've been really, really focused and I haven't got the momentum or the gains that I wish that I had by now, this 5 days in-ish, right? And it throws them off. And they let their guard down, and all the things they've been trying to hold in place, one little wheel falls off, and the next wheel falls off, and all of a sudden, come Monday of the fourth week, they're spinning out of control. Now, like I said, I can't explain the phenomenon, but I will tell you, I see it happens all the time. One of the things that I do with my clients is right around Thursday of this week in their goals, we have a conversation about, hey, just be aware, this is what I see. I want you to think through all the things that you know has helped you up until now stay on track with whatever that task, whatever that goal, whatever that accomplishment is that they're working towards. What are those things that we've talked about week after week that are your pillars, that are shoring things up for you, and have helped you have success up until now? And make sure you are on guard with those. Make sure that those little things, no matter how tiny it seems, are in place, because that's going to help you have guardrails as whatever this subconscious thing takes place and we kind of go off the rails. Okay, you guys, we are right by a train, so we may get train sounds. So forgive me if we've got a train horn here. This is what happens when inspiration strikes when you're driving home from the rock climbing gym. But additionally, you want to think through, where are those weaknesses? Where are the things that I know keep tripping me up a little bit, or that I really struggle with? And maybe I make the decision in alignment with who I'm working to become in the end, and I don't fall off the track. Just know you're more likely to fall off track this weekend and going into the fourth week. And so shore that all up. Think through, what is it that I need in place? What has worked to help me keep on track when I've had that level of temptation to be distracted, to pick up my phone, to sleep in, to miss the gym, whatever those things are that you're working on. What is that thing that has tried to trip me up? And be on guard and on the lookout for that more. So because I'm just driving home from the gym, I'm not going to go into detail today. I just wanted to let you guys have that heads up this Thursday going into the weekend, so you'd be thinking about it. And then tomorrow, when I have more time and I'm not just driving, I'll see if I can come back and give you actually some of the steps that I walk my clients through to be prepared for this weekend, because there are just some touch points that you want to look back on that can give you just kind of some armor going through the end of the third week into the fourth week. And I'm curious, you guys, if you were to look back, have you ever noticed that it is this week where kind of things fall off the rails? Oh, and here is one other tip. I just want to throw this out there. I'll go into more detail tomorrow, like I said. But if you do fall off the wagon today, which Thursday seems to be the worst one, But let's say today you've already started where like you didn't show up for yourself the way that you have been able to the last 3.5 weeks. Super important. Get back up immediately. Do not fall into the, oh, I guess I'll start over again on Friday, because you will undo everything that you have put in place over the last 3.5 weeks. And what I mean by that is when we don't get up immediately, it starts a cycle of just really negative head talk. It reinforces all the negative head talk that we had to overcome to be able to get this far in the journey towards whatever it is you're working on. And so the best way to extinguish that is to get up and prove yourself to yourself immediately. Yes, I might have slept in this morning and I didn't get up and do my X, Y, and Z, but I will get up Friday, and I am going to make sure tonight I do all the things that are required for me to be able to get up successfully tomorrow. I'm not going to let my guard down. Don't be like, oh, well, gosh, I'm kind of off on my goals now. I'll just start again on Monday. What ends up happening is that will spiral out of control. And obviously this is different for everybody. Some people have a greater skill set of how to handle this kind of thing, and they can pick themselves up and dust themselves off. It really depends on what you're battling, internally with your own head talk. But I see a lot of people, when they fall off and they don't get right back up again, they then will spiral for a couple of weeks. So what they tell themselves they'll restart again on Monday, they actually don't restart again until maybe the next week or the next week. And then by the time they do restart, they have beat themselves up so much and they're lost all the ground that they had, that they're truly starting from square one. So don't do that to yourself. Be really asking yourself, what has worked really well that I need to make sure no matter what I'm on guard with, and what has been something that's been a stumbling block that I need to really be on guard with and watch out for even more than what I've had to the last couple of weeks. Keep that in mind as you go into the weekend and all next week. And usually by the time you get out of that 4th week, we've got a little breathing room. That's if you have been consistent these first few weeks, meaning it's not been perfect, but you've got up and you've done the things and you're refining and you're assessing and you're making progress day after day. Not perfection, but progress. If you've had intentions all month, but you haven't really done anything yet, that's a whole other story. But I just wanted to give you guys those tips of what I have found has helped my clients, and might help you with that heads up. So hope that helps. Have a blessed day.